Hello, YouTube fans. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to start with a joke today, because why not? I got a joke for you. What do you call a fish that has no eyes? Give up? Give up? Get it? That's pretty funny, I know. Today we are going to be talking about information processing. That'll probably be in your short-term memory, but probably not in your long-term memory. Unless you really like the joke, then who knows, maybe it is going to be in your long-term memory. Today with information processing, we are going to talk about things like Howard Gardner's 9 different intelligences. I remember doing a paper on that back at PLNU, talking about the different theories and how there's different ways that we learn and how some people are more musical or some people are more naturalist or some people are more visual or spatial, and some people are more logical and analytical. And it really made a lot of sense to me because as I'm in the classroom, I really start to realize that all children are different and a lot of children need to learn different ways. And you really need to differentiate a lesson plan in order to make it so that multiple different intelligences can do it. And you should never really base a lesson plan solely on like one specific one by itself, but give a lot of different options so that they have multiple different ways to learn. And I like to use those strategies in my teaching to give them multiple ways to show me that they understand what we're talking about. One of the things I wanted to talk about was, which I thought was really interesting, and I was reading this article in this paper that I found, and I have a picture of it here in the background. There was an article that I thought was really, really interesting, and it was called Information Processing is Like the Online Marketplace. So, like, I never knew information processing could be like Google or Amazon, but I was reading this article, and it made a lot of sense to me. So, it says, like, basically an easy way to learn about information processing and the internet marketplace is to just basically describe the steps of information processing. Like, first you have like this input process, and in the case of the online marketplace, that is like when you're getting an order from someone, you're getting their order information, their payment information, their delivery information, their personal information, all that stuff that you're going to need in order to process and send out the item that they desire. Also, you're getting the item they desire, that information, and kind of like what they want to order. Next, you have your storage process. This can take two forms, obviously. You have the information where you're storing this gigantic order into this massive database of all your customers and all your past orders and all these orders. And you also takes into effect with your supply and demand and it'll trigger, like, let's say you only have like 40 stuffed kittens and like people are ordering a bunch of stuffed kittens. It'll trigger that maybe you need to order some more to restock your supply of those stuffed kittens. And then lastly, you have that output process, which is where you're making a quick delivery, you're delivering the item to the customer, you're making sure they get it, and it can also take the place of the information, the feedback you're getting back from the customer. Were they satisfied? Were they happy? Did they like what they got? Did they not get what they wanted? Did they not get what they ordered? Was it not what they thought it was? And knowing that is also really, really good information as well. Another interesting article that I read on this article was about the cat with the human emotions. I thought that was really interesting. So my friend has this cat, and this cat, when you point a finger at it, it like sticks its hands up like it's like the guy you're pointing a gun at it, and you're like surrendering, and you're like, whoa, I'm done, I give up. And I thought that was really interesting in the context of information processing because, you know, the cat's obviously paying attention to this finger gun that's being pointed at it, and it's acknowledging it, and then it's perceiving that maybe I'm in trouble. I need to surrender. I need to give up. I don't want to get shot. I'm a cat, and I like my life. I want to sleep all day. I mean, I know I have 9 lives, but maybe I don't want to use up one of them with this gun that's pointing at me. And then lastly, you have that short-term memory where you're remembering this moment where you're under duress. And I remember I had a friend who was actually held at gunpoint at a grocery store that I used to work at. And yeah, she remembers most of the things, but then there's certain elements and certain key details that she's forgotten over time of like the sheer specifics of what happened, but she remembers certain pieces of it. And that was what was kind of like stored more in her long-term memory now, but in the short term, it was kind of like all the, like the little tidbits the key details that you're remembering of something as traumatic as like getting held at gunpoint and so forth at the time that it's happening. And then lastly, I read about how the difference between serial processing and parallel processing, and how in serial processing you're kind of doing one piece of processing at a time. And for me, that always kind of takes the form of like doing homework. And I'm not the type of person who likes to like listen to music or have the TV on in the background or have people talking in the room next to me. I like it quiet. I like it very solitary. I like to just be focused, dead focused on the task at hand, and that's the only thing I'm thinking about, and I'm really just really trying to focus on that alone. Whereas in parallel processing would be like, oh my gosh, I'm super hungry, I need to go get something to eat, and then I'm driving to the taco shop and I'm thinking, did I turn off the lights? Did I lock my door? And I'm trying to do things while I'm also driving a car, while I'm also trying to figure out where I'm going to go eat. So that is parallel processing, because I'm processing a lot of different information simultaneously, where I'm like trying to navigate. I'm trying to adjust my music. I'm trying to drive a car. I'm trying to think about things that I might have forgotten to do when I raced out of the house to go get food, all at the same time. And that was a good definition of parallel processing. So information processing was really, really interesting, and I really got a lot out of this, and it's really interesting on how everyone kind of processes information, or kind of, I guess, learns differently. Like, it's really great that like no two people learn the exact same way, and I find that really interesting, and I think that's a really, really good thing to kind of know and learn as we move forward in our careers as teachers. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you really like videos about educational theories, please like and subscribe to my channel, though I don't know if I'm going to be making that many more. But I hope you enjoyed this series that you did. I hope you tell more friends about it. Please subscribe. My channel is quickly and rapidly growing. Maybe I'll have like 2 or 3 subscribers by the end of this. Who knows? But thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night.